The tomb. It is a pit of boundless horror. A hellish crawl through dungeons and dragon lairs. A winding labyrinth crawling with the demonic hordes of the undead. And here they come now. Damn it. Can somebody find that orc?
Found it.
These are vintage.
And really cool. Did you paint these yourself or? Uh-oh.
Sick.
Oops.
Kevin, careful with the minis.
Shit.
She broke it. Nobody touched the minis. There's no reason for any of you to be touching the monsters right now. I'm trying to set the scene. The world above is not the cheery fantasy setting you remember. Because 5 would-be heroes abandoned their quest for college and jobs.
Don't look at me. I never got a job.
Life drew us from the table, and death crept up from its tomb to overtake the lands. For nearly 20 years, the curse of the Crawling Wight has spread from the smallest hamlet to the towering keeps of the Elector Counts themselves.
Truthfulness check.
You can't roll a check on this. I'm reading the narration.
Truthfulness check, I declare.
He's not a character right now, Kevin.
I'm giving necessary exposition. I literally can't lie.
You lie all the time, Gary.
He's narrating, dude.
He could be a monster pretending to be a narrator.
He's stuck on this. Just let him roll.
Okay, fine. Roll.
Thank you.
I'm gonna cast guidance to add 1d8.
18 with guidance.
Okay, great. You feel a strong intuition, more than anything you've ever experienced in your life, that every word I'm saying is 100% true.
He's lying.
Fuck it. Brought apples to apples. You guys just want to play this instead?
Never! The quest calls. The world is broken, and the great enemy reigns supreme. The foe you've been chasing for 19 years. The great necromancer. Terrazon.
Terrazon.
This campaign, this story, defined our childhoods, our friendship. And it was left hanging like some loose plot thread. I believe we were meant to finish it. To face our destiny together. Will old passions rekindle? Will bitter grudges lead our party to ruin? I can guarantee that finishing this game will be the most important night of your lives.
More important than my daughter's birth?
More important than the birth of Luke's daughter. And it shall require a grander stage than this mere table. Forget theater of the mind. I'm talking musical theater. I'm talking Star Kid's newest musical production this summer right here at the Colony Theater. We invite you, adventurers, to descend with us into the dark. Pledge thy steel to the TOMB QUEST!
We are the party of adventurers and knaves who hunt monsters in their caves and then put them in their graves. We are the party, we are the party, we are the party. Hey!
TOMB QUEST is a show about a group of old high school friends who used to play tabletop RPG together. The game was called TOMB QUEST, but they never finished. They never finished the game. One of them tragically passes away many years later, and his dying wish is that the rest of the group reunite on the night of his funeral to finally finish the campaign that they never could in high school.
So they are many years different, and their relationships are different, and it's interesting to see how
their real life relationships grow through revisiting these characters that they created as like their fictional avatars when they were teenagers.
If funded, TOMB QUEST will run live at the Colony Theater
in Los Angeles, California
from July 30th to August 23rd.
Then premiere on YouTube a short time later.
When you back the Kickstarter, you'll not only be funding the show,
but you'll also pick up some excellent loot.
Wherever we've a table, you'll always have a seat in a castle or a stable or a palace or the street. And if the gods are cruel and tomorrow we all die, you'll always have a stool at our table in the sky.
TOMB QUEST is about the strange, creative magic that happens when people come together to tell a story.
Thank you for making it possible.
We are the party, we are the party, we are the party, hey!
All right, Here we go. Hi everybody. Hi everyone. Welcome to the Kickoff live stream for the Kickstarter campaign for Star Kid's newest musical, TOMB QUEST. I want to thank everybody for being here. I want to thank everybody who's watching. Hello, hello. There's a slight delay in what we're saying versus what you're watching, but I'm going to keep an eye on the comments, and we'll try and address some comments while this is happening. I want to thank everybody for watching, tuning in today. Thank everybody for being here as we start this journey. It's very exciting. We just launched the Kickstarter campaign a little less than an hour ago, and let's see how it's doing right now. So holy cow. Okay, so thus far the TOMB QUEST campaign has raised over $70,000. That's great. Our initial goal is $275,000. So we are well on our way, and thank you, all of you who have contributed to the campaign so far, and thank you for watching. Thank you for sharing the campaign. Thank you for all of your excitement behind this project. We're really excited. So I figured we'll start by just kind of going around and introducing ourselves, letting everybody know who we are and what we're doing for TOMB QUEST. So I'll start with me. My name is Nick Lang. I am going to be the director of TOMB QUEST, and I'm so super excited. First I'm going to pass it off to Matt Lang. Matt, who are you and what are you doing on TOMB QUEST?
Hello, I'm Matt Lang, and I'm one of the writers of TOMB QUEST.
All right, awesome. Let's go to Eric Congale.
I'm Eric Congale. Matt's not just one of the writers.
We can't hear you, Eric.
What?
Oh, I can hear
you. Am I muted?
I can't.
Can you not hear me?
I can hear Eric.
Yeah,
so
I can hear Eric.
It's just
sorry, Matt.
Okay.
I'm not going to hear you just now.
I can't hear Eric either.
You can't hear me?
Some people can't, and some people can.
Go to somebody.
People in the comments. Let's go to the comments. Can you guys hear Eric? Yeah, the people in the comments can hear you, Eric.
Weird.
So, don't know why that is going on.
You guys are the people that really matter. I'm Eric, also a co-writer of this fine musical.
Awesome, Eric. You have. When's the last Star Kid musical you wrote on?
Twisted.
Twisted. All right. Awesome. Well, we're very excited to have you back. Okay, let's go to AJ Holmes.
Yes, hello. I am AJ Holmes, and I shall be an actor in this TOMB QUEST.
Awesome.
Portraying the role of Gary, the DM, and all the NPCs. It's like to play some villains and stuff. Very exciting. Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. So AJ, you have been doing like Christmas Carol, VHS Christmas Carol in Chicago, and can you talk a little bit about the different Star Kid musicals that you've been in?
Absolutely, yes. Well, it goes all the way back to a Harry Potter musical, of course. There I was behind the piano, You can see spindly little me peeking up sometimes in the back of. I think Joe Walker gives me an angry glance at one point for playing some sentimental music. That's my big moment. And then me and my dick. I was Joey's heart on stage. I was also on stage as Gilderoy in a Harry Potter senior year, giving me the best monologue I've ever had the opportunity to perform on a stage anywhere in the world. The Mouse Prince monologue, which precedes me everywhere I go now, which I'm thrilled about. And I have not acted in a Star Kid show since then, but I got to be the composer of Twisted with Eric and Matt and Nick involved, and that was awesome. Love Twisted, and yeah, it's nice. And then I got to do the VHS shows like 3 or 4 times, depending on how you count them. And I moved up in the ranks. I started as Fezziwig. I had a Fezziwig pre-show, which I wrote approximately 15 minutes before I went out on stage, and had a great time with that. I recently reread those jokes. Thank God I'm charming. The jokes are terrible, but I think I was charming enough to get through it. I wrote the jokes, so it's okay to insult them. And yes, and then I got to play Scrooge in Chicago a couple times. Once with only a mustache, and once with a full beard. And I inhabited the character better with the beard, I gotta say. So someone's doing their college thesis on that somewhere. But it's always an honor to be in Clark's shows, to sing his scores, and it's always a joy to be back in the Star Kid canon. So yeah,
it's a joy to have you back. Speaking of Clark, let's go to Clark Backstresser.
Yeah.
Clark, introduce yourself and what you're doing in the show.
Hey everybody, I'm Clark. I wrote the music for Tomb Quest and co-wrote the lyrics with Eric, and I'm very excited. We've been working on it for almost 2 years. So it's been a long labor of love, and yeah, I couldn't be more excited.
You've done such a wonderful job on the score for this. Everyone that has heard it is so excited, and so
Thank you.
Stoked on all of it. I think that it's very exciting, it's catchy, it's heartfelt, it's endearing. It's I'm very excited for everyone to hear the music and hear the lyrics as well, because the lyrics are so clever and funny in this show. I love it. I'm so excited. All right, let's go to Becky Clark.
Hi guys, I'm Becky. I am one of the producers on Tomb Quest.
All right. And so Becky, when did you start with Star Kid?
I started producing for Cinderella's Castle, but before that I was on like some little shoots like Star Kid Returns and Merkin Boys and things like that.
Awesome. Becky's the best, and I don't like to do any show without Becky nowadays. So
Thanks,
Becky, we're very excited to have you. All right, let's go to Kim Whalen. Kim, how you doing?
I'm great. I'm Kim Whalen, and I'm an actor. I play Melanie or Melanor in the show.
All right, awesome. Can you explain a little bit what you mean by Melanie or Melanor in the show?
Yes, I can. Well, in the game, Melanie becomes Melanor Truesteel. It is her character that she's created for the game.
Yeah, so basically the show is about a group of friends who are reuniting to finish this game, this tabletop RPG game that they played in high school. They never got to finish the campaign, and now they are reuniting to finally finish it. And Kim plays a character named Melanie, and the character that Melanie plays in the game is Melanor Truesteel.
Yes.
Yes, awesome. So, and then let's go to the final member of our stream right now. We got Kurt Mega.
Hey, what's up, guys? I'm Kurt Mega. I'm an actor in the show. I play Luke, who has a lot of feelings and a lot of emotions that he struggles to share. But in the game, he's Lucian Heartstring, and Lucian can Lucian can emote and express passion, fiery passion that Clark and Eric have written the lyrics so beautifully to. I cannot wait to sing these songs. It's so good. And I also feel like it's such a cool amalgamation of old Star Kid and new Star Kid. It feels very grounded, but there's still the goofiness and the silliness. Guys, when I read the script, Kim and I read the script together in our kitchen, and we were like crying, like ugly crying at the end. I just want you guys to know that, Clark, specifically. There's one specific lyric at the end where I was like,
You guys.
So,
I know
anyway.
exactly what you're talking about. It makes me cry.
Yes.
I'm so excited. I'm genuinely like, I love the script, and I'm genuinely so excited to be on this this journey with you guys.
Awesome. Yes, we're so excited to have you. Looks like Matt kind of short-circuited and disappeared for right now, so I'm sure he'll be back at some point. But in the meantime, Eric, why don't you give a little bit of an explanation about what TOMB QUEST is about? What was the inspiration behind it? What was your philosophy going into it? What's the deal with TOMB QUEST? What is it?
TOMB QUEST is what D&D or tabletop role-playing games feel like to play. I got into tabletop role-playing games. The first time I ever played, I was 7 years old, and my cousin had the book, and he took me through it, and I was a black magic wizard, and we fought some vampires, and it was the most fun I'd ever had in my entire life. And I went home, I didn't know what the game's called, and I went back to his house the next year when I visited him. I said, what was that game? And he told me that he had gotten that he'd gotten bullied at school, and he wiped it from like his identity, and he didn't tell me what the game was. So I didn't know what this very fun game was my entire life. But you know, you Nick and you Matt, we played a similar type of game when we in college. We would play these collaborative storytelling games. We'd make up stories together, do the voices, do the characters. We had this game where we would book a book of fantasy monsters, and we'd make up a story for that monster. It's something that I really loved doing before I discovered what it was. And then when I first started playing the game for real, I got incredibly obsessed with it. And the feeling of playing it was something that I always wanted to express. And Clark and I wanted to work on something together after we'd finished a previous project. And we came up with a bunch of different ideas. And we landed on this idea of, what if there was a musical that took place inside a role-playing game where you are watching the fantasy role-playing game, and that's it. You're inside this role-playing game. You know that players are playing it. It's like there's this level of reality above you that you never get to see. And as we explored that more and more, we said, well, what if we brought the actual players into it once in a while? What if they dipped in? What if the characters all died at the end of Act 1? And in the beginning of Act 2, you're in their kitchen, and they're all around the table saying, well, why did we all die? And what are we going to do? How are we going to complete the story? And we've been playing with that for months, I think. I wrote a whole Act 1 of it, and Clark wrote some songs, and synchronously with this, Matt and I had kind of reconnected in our friendship, and we've been talking just a ton on the phone in advance of my son being born. I need to talk to my old male friends, and we just spent a lot of time on the phone together. We started writing together. We wrote this other musical together that I hope gets produced in the future. And as we were finishing that out, I was telling him about this thing I was doing with Clark, and he had some ideas about it. And he said, well, how do you want to work with me on this? Do you want me to help you with what you've got? Are you open to doing more? And I said, with you, I would do a page 1 rewrite, because I think Matt is a total genius, and I love Matt. And we'd had such a good time working together on this previous project. I said, if you're interested in this, let's just do it together.
Yeah, I was interested in it, and unfortunately, I did ask you to throw everything away and for us to start over.
No, it was the best thing. It was the best thing that could have happened. Because some of the learnings that I got from the previous version that we've been working on informed this show. But this show is just so much better, and I really credit Matt with that a lot. You know, in the previous show, to me, the stakes of the show were, are the characters going to have a good time? That's what they really, really care about. You know, we're experiencing, the main concept is just this. You're seeing a D&D game play out on stage, and the magic of theater is we're going back and forth between this high fantasy setting of people killing monsters and dying, and then people sitting around a table various layers of amounts of commitment to the game. That was like the central joke and theatrical game of the show. And what Matt brought to it was, what if we made it so that not just the game was high stakes, but what if we arranged this so that the players in this night of gaming that they're playing is the most important night of their lives, where it changes all of their lives by the end of the night. The reason why they're coming together is something much more intense and high stakes. And so in the show, it's got a big chill quality where this is an old gaming group of high school friends. They have all these characters that never completed this game of TOMB Quest. They separated for college, and it's been 19, 20 years, kind of like all of us. All of us, most of us here, and especially people, including the entire cast, have known each other since college. And for some of us, high school. I've known Nick and Matt since I was in middle school. And one of the friends dies. And so he expresses to his friends as he's about to die, I'd like if you guys would finish the game. And so they come together from out of town the night of his funeral. They play TOMB Quest, and they're here to complete the mission. And they have a funny, weird, intense night of gaming. And it turned out great.
Yeah. When working on the show, there were 3 things that I wanted. One, I was very concerned with the stakes, because I'm like, why would anyone care about watching people play a game? So it had to be a night that was just so happened to be the most important night of everybody's life. All their issues that they've been dealing with all get solved in this one night. The next issue I had was, okay, I think people are aware of role-playing games, but if you asked most people how they work, I think most people would be entirely mystified. Like, a lot of my friends and family members who are not nerds, they could not in a million years tell you how Dungeons and Dragons or Pathfinder or any of that stuff works. Like, trying to explain Warhammer to a normie is nearly impossible. So I was very concerned with, like, okay, this show has to make sense to non-nerds, non-tabletop nerds, like everybody. We have to connect to the things that are universal about the show. And so I made it to where it was really, really hypersensitive to, I don't want people to go like, if I don't know the rules set to one specific game, I'm not going to understand the show. So we have a very light touch on the rules. And then the last thing I was concerned with the show was that I wanted it to be, I know that there's a character who dies in it, and that is a little sad, but we did everything in our power to make it fun the entire time. And the character who dies essentially leaves a message for the people that was like, I've been sick for a long time, and it's okay, I'm dead, have fun. So we really try to de-emphasize that. It does come back later in the show to hopefully have an emotional punch, but the entire show, I just want it to be fun, comfort. Like, I want, by the end of the show, you to feel like you had funnest night with a group of friends. That was my intention with it.
Yes, to have a fun night with a group of friends. Yeah, and I think that is the feel of the show. So that's basically what's going on. This show is what I love about the show is how intimate it feels. It's a 6-person cast. We're going to be doing this show, if it is funded, at the Colony Theater in Los Angeles, California this summer. It's going to run from July 30th through August 23rd, and we'll talk a little bit about some of the scheduling stuff, because there are some interesting scheduling things that are going on with, like, in particular, Kurt Mega and some of our cast members. But the theater that we're doing at, if you've seen our last few Star Kid shows that we've done, we did them all at this place called the El Portal Theater, which is this big, almost 400 seat theater. And those are bigger, kind of louder shows, things like Nerdy Prudes Must Die or Cinderella's Castle, things like that. With this show, we wanted to go for a more like what it feels like. The theater is a little bit more intimate, a little smaller, and we want it to feel like you are sitting in this basement playing this game with these characters. So I'm really excited about that. It's it's a show where it's a hangout show, so everybody is kind of on stage the whole time, and they're weaving in and out of the game that they're playing, and then their real lives, and the different struggles that they all have together. It's going to be a great, for the actors, it's going to be like a fun thing for you to all just chew on for a while. Like 2 hours of you guys on the stage together, really doing it up. I'm very excited to watch that, and to feel that fun, intimate experience. So I'm super excited for that. And so our cast members that we have this time around, we've got half of them here. We've got Kurt Mega, we've also got Kim Whalen, and we got AJ Holmes. The other 3 cast members are Corey Doris, Lauren Lopez, and Joey Richter. You will notice they are not here, and part of that is because all of them are currently en route to London, England, because they are going to do the London production of The Guy Who Didn't Like Musicals, which is going to run over the next month. So they're off doing that. But we do have somebody else on the stream right now. We have Paul Gabriel.
Hello, everyone.
Paul. Hello, Paul.
Good to see you all.
Can you tell us who you are and what you're going to be doing on this production?
Yeah, my name is Paul Gabriel, and I am the production manager on this one. I'll be overseeing all of the tech departments and making sure we get all of that stuff up and running when we're in the space. I'm actually at a show at the El Portal, and I've been watching here. I'm working one today, so I'm just hopped on to say hello. Wanted to thank everyone for backing the project. I'm excited to work with returning and new folk. Yeah, great story, a lot of fun. Really looking forward to it.
Absolutely. We're excited to have you, Paul.
Yes, it's going to be a great time.
Awesome. So, you know what, everyone? Let's check in on how the Kickstarter is doing right now. Let's see here. All right, here we go. Okay, it's been maybe an hour since the Kickstarter launched, and right now we are currently at $83,636 with 849 backers. That is staggering. Thank you all so much. It's incredible to see the enthusiasm and the support for the project thus far. Let's kind of go through a little bit of what the campaign. So similar to things that we've done in the past, we're starting things off with this kickoff live stream, and then throughout the next month we will be doing a live stream just about every weekend. So we can check in, we can explore different aspects of the project, and we can see how everything is going in terms of raising the funds for the show. So let's kind of go through the Kickstarter page here. Okay, so you'll see here's our this is where you can watch the video. You can go and scroll down here, and you can read all about the project. We'll be adding to this list of things as the campaign progresses. So we'll be posting, cast videos and cast lists and crew lists and things like that as things develop, and as we bring on more members of the team, and as we reveal more aspects of what is going on. But I also wanted to take a little bit of time to kind of run through the reward tiers that you can back this campaign at. So let's take a look here. Okay, the rewards. All right, so awesome. First, we have the smallest reward tier, which is only for $5. For $5, you can get your name in the credits in the special thank you section, the Kickstarter backer section of the YouTube video version of TOMB Quest. So when the show premieres on YouTube, there's going to be a long list of all of the Kickstarter backers, and you can get your name on there. Your name can be whatever you want it to be. We'll send you a survey so that you can get credited exactly how you want to be credited, and you'll be able, and that'll stay up on YouTube for all of time, and you'll say that there I am, that's me. And so that's for $5. Then for $20, you get your name in the credits, plus you get access to the Kickstarter backer only behind the scenes featurette. So that's something that we will be producing to document the creation of the show. So it'll give you a special look behind everything, and you will have access to that as soon as it's ready, and you will be able to watch that forever and all of time. So that is the behind the scenes feature. Then at $50, we have access, you get the demo track album. So you may be hearing some background music right now. This is all instrumental music from the show. Clark has put together some amazing music. Clark and Eric have written the lyrics to the show, and all of the demo tracks exist. You get to hear Clark's cool, smooth voice singing all these songs. Every once in a while, Eric's voice will pop in to say a line or two.
Oh, yeah.
I do say a line or two.
I do say a line.
In the demo tracks, so you can hear the version of the songs that the cast are going to get. So this is not the cast singing it. This is the version of the songs that exist now, prior to the show getting made. So you can, it's a great little fun behind the scenes thing, and you can hear all the songs. You can get that album. It's
and let's throw in the cut songs too. There's 3 songs that aren't ever going to be in the show that you can get on this demo track. Is that okay
there you
with you,
go.
Clark?
That's true. That's true. Yes, that's okay.
There you go. You heard that right here. That demo album is going to include demos of songs that got cut from the show. Things that there are a few songs that I think, you know, got replaced by other songs to better service certain story beats and things like that. So you'll be able to hear all of those things that the general populace will not hear in the final show. Then at $75, you get all of that. You get your name in the credits, you get the behind the scenes featurette, you get the demo album, and then you also get early access to ticket sales. So the tickets are obviously limited because we are running for 4 weekends and we have a limited number of shows. So when you back at this tier, you will get access to the early access, kind of the pre-sale period for those tickets. So you will have the first opportunity to get in there, get those tickets, and book your seats.
I will say that for the past few years, we have sold out of all of the tickets in that window. I think we hold a couple back, but basically we sell out in that pre-sale period.
Yeah.
So
we do try to hold some tickets back so that we don't completely sell out during the pre-sale period, but this is the best way to be first in line to get those live tickets. And it's only an extra, $25 on top of everything else that you get for this reward tier. Then we start getting into our physical rewards. Everything thus far has all been kind of digital. Now we're crossing over into you're going to get stuff in the mail. So for $100, you get the show poster. And so, Matt, can you talk a little bit about the show poster and the artists that created it and what that whole process is like?
Show posters, this really cool action scene. It kind of looks like the cover of Hero Quest, if anyone ever played Hero Quest, or just any sort of fantasy game cover. Was drawn by Nicole Rodriguez, who's done art for us in the past few shows. She did a great job, and yeah, it's great. We heard that people don't like the giant posters, so we're going with a smaller poster this time. It actually fits on your wall.
Yes,
nice. But
yes, a reasonable sized poster, an 11 by 17. You will order that, and yes, amazing artwork by Nicole Rodriguez, kind of indicative of those old tabletop RPG games, similar to like a Dungeons and Dragons box or Hero Quest or something like that. And so it's a really cool image done by Nicole Rodriguez. That's for $100, so only $25 extra on top of everything else. You also get your name in the credits, the behind the scenes featurette, the demo album, and early access to tickets. Then after the poster, we have a sticker set. The sticker sets are always great. Again, awesome art by Nicole Rodriguez. Nicole has done several sticker sets for us in the past. She did sticker sets for Cinderella's Castle, for the Hatchetfield shows, and we've got some awesome stickers for this show. We've got so like Kim was talking about earlier, the characters in the show are their real life characters, but then you also see their in-game characters. So this sticker set includes a sticker of Melanor Truesteel, Kim's kind of in-game character. A character beneath.
Wait. We can't say. Well, let's just call him Kevin.
Yes, we can't spoil exactly what's going on with some of these stickers, but we've got another in-game character. We also have the villain of the show, Terrazon, who we've talked about, who is the villainous necromancer within the world of Tomb Quest. So he's kind of like the big baddie of Tomb Quest that they never even got to back in high school. So in this show, they're going to go in and finish the game. So you could see what Terrazon is supposed to look like in this sticker when he's actually in the show. It's going to be AJ doing, taking on that persona as AJ as kind of the dungeon master, game master character, playing all of the different kind of villains and monsters that they come up against. So
we will make him look as cool as we possibly can.
Yeah,
we'll see how that works out.
He is going to look cool. Because some of our rewards have to do with his look as well, and we're going to have a really. He is going to look cool. Okay, then, and that's at $150. That's for $150. You get the sticker set, you get the poster, you get the early access to tickets, you get the demo album, you get the behind the scenes featurette, you get your name in the credits, all that stuff for $150. Then the next one is $200. You get the sweatshirt as well. The show's sweatshirt that has art by Jen Lang, who's Matt and I's sister. Jen does amazing t-shirt and shirt designs. And this one is a really fun image that has Terrazon on it and some monsters that they encounter throughout the course of the game that they're playing. So it's a really great cozy sweatshirt. I'm wearing not the actual sweatshirt. I'm wearing a line drawn version of the sweatshirt, and it's I love the sweatshirt. We've got Kurt. Are you actually wearing the sweatshirt right now? Okay.
So am I.
Oh.
I also here.
We've got several people wearing these shirts. Here,
Where's mine? Where's
So
Clark's?
comfy.
One second.
You gotta be in LA to get one of these sweatshirts.
So nice.
Yeah, look at those nice
Oh my
sweatshirts.
god, those are beautiful.
Those are really cool. So
Very
it's got
nice.
Terrazon on there, and
So
then
soft, so comfortable.
so
Yes, we always spend extra money to get the soft. This is like the softest one they offer.
Yes.
It's so soft.
So we always we want it to be a nice sweatshirt. So that one is for only $50 more on top of the other tier, and then you get everything that we've mentioned thus far with that sweatshirt as well. Then this one is actually really really cool. So we have been. I don't know if you can see this here. 1 second. We recently have been working with a company called U2s, and we've made these like little Lords in Black dolls. We've got a Pokey and we've got a Wiggly. These ones, maybe there have been some people that have bought these, but U2s is this company, and they make these kind of cool little stuffed animals and figurines and things like that. So they have developed a figurine of Terrazon. So it's going to be a great little figure that you can order, and that I'm excited for that one. I can't wait to get one of these figures, these Terrazon figures.
Me too.
So, and that's for $300. You get the figure, and then you get also everything else on top of that. And so, Matt, correct me if I'm wrong. Basically, the only way to get this figure right now is to back the Kickstarter.
Yes, we're going to order smallest. I think we're going to order the smallest amount that they offer, and that's going to be it. If I can help it, it will be limited to 1,000 units. That we're not going to order any more.
No, but if more than 1,000 people order the figure, then we'll have to order more.
Yes,
because
we would. Yes, if there were the worst case scenario would be if people order 1,001.
So everybody get on there, and you can make us order more than 1,000. So 33 people have already backed at that Terrazon figure tier. It's really fun. I'm very excited for that one, and I think it's going to be cool. And you get the Terrazon figure and everything else that we've mentioned thus far for $300. Then at $600 is our VIP ticket package. So this is all of the stuff that we've mentioned thus far, plus you get two tickets, two kind of there are 2 tickets to the show. And so this is the only way now that you can guarantee, if you want to just not wait for pre-sale, not wait for the tickets to go on sale. If you want tickets right now, you can back at this VIP ticket tier, and you will be guaranteed 2 tickets to the show. We'll have a whole process where we'll figure out which night you want to come to the show, and you'll come to the show. You'll have 2 seats. Each VIP ticket package comes with 2 tickets, and you'll get everything else that has been mentioned. And so it's a pretty good deal. And I think that so that's that tier for $600. That's our VIP ticket package. Okay, now we're starting to get into our limited. Well, that one also is limited. We only have 250 of these VIP ticket packages available, because that's 500 tickets, because each package includes 2 tickets, and we only have a limited number of tickets to sell because we have a limited number of performances. So we've got, as of right now, 12 people have backed at that tier, but there are only 250 of those available. So then the next tier we have is a signed canvas art print. So Matt, can you talk a little bit about what this canvas art print is going to be like?
Yeah, so it'll be the artwork printed by Nicole Rodriguez, printed on a beautiful canvas, and we'll frame it and everything, and then everybody will sign it. So it'll be a nice, sizable piece of art to hang.
That's awesome, and you can get you will get that, and that will come to you.
Oh, there's only one left.
Oh wow, 2 people have already gotten this, and this also comes with everything else that we've mentioned, including the VIP tickets. So we've only got one left of that. So if you want to get on that one, you get everything that we mentioned. You get the signed canvas art print, and you even get those VIP tickets to the show. So you'll be able to pick which night you want to come. So there is the signed canvas art. Okay, then we start to get into some more limited things. This is a photo shoot with the cast. So this is going to be limited. We've only got 5 of these packages available. It's going to include, it's going to include everything that we've mentioned thus far, but not the canvas art prints. This one includes the VIP tickets and all that. And when you come to the show, there's going to be a photo shoot with you and the cast up on the set. So if you want to take pictures with the cast and all of that, that's that tier. One person has backed at that tier thus far, and we have 4 of those packages still available. So that's that. And that's for $2,000. Now we start to get into specialty props, things that are one of a kind rewards, and these will be actual props that we will construct for the show. So this one is for $3,000, is Melinor's hammer. So what we've talked about before with Kim's in-game character, Melinor Truesteel, fights with a righteous warhammer, and after the show's done, we'll mail it to you. There's only one of them, and you can buy it right now. It's $3,000. So you get that, the hammer, and you get everything up until the VIP tickets. So you get the VIP tickets, and then you get the hammer as well. So that's for $3,000. Then another one for $3,000 is Terrazon's mace. There's one of these left. This is going to be another specialty prop constructed right just for the show. It's going to be the mace that Terrazon fights with, that Gary is going to use in the show, that is going to be held in AJ Holmes's hand. And then as soon as he's done with it, we're going to put it into a box and we're going to mail it to you if you buy it. So that's for $3,000.
Someone just said those have already been bought. I don't know if it's true. You may want to check.
No way.
Okay, let me refresh the page. Let me refresh this page.
I don't know. Just what I'm seeing in the chat.
Okay, let's see. Because I've had this tab open, so it might... Yeah, some of these have already been bought. So,
wow.
Yeah. There are a couple rewards that are already sold out, so they're not showing up.
Okay, so some of these rewards are already sold out. So if you bought Terrazon's mace, thank you so much for buying Terrazon's mace. We'll ship it to you as soon as the show's done. We'll take it, put it right in a box. AJ will place it into the box himself, and then we'll tape it up and send it right to your door.
We just hit 100K.
And we just crossed $100,000. Wow.
Hey.
All right. That's incredible. So, all right, the last, it's looking like the last kind of one-of-a-kind reward that we have is Terrazon's helmet. So like we were saying, Terrazon actually will look cool because we're going to make him a custom helmet. And it's, if you watch the Kickstarter video, AJ is wearing a helmet. That's not the one that's going to be in the show because that one didn't even fit on AJ's head. we, you know what? Maybe we'll send you that one too. Why not? We'll send you that one, and we'll send you the one that we actually make for the show for $3,000. So you'll get Terrazon's helmet, and then you'll also get your name in the credits. You'll get the behind-the-scenes featurette. You'll get the demo album. You'll get early access to tickets, the poster, the sticker set, the sweatshirt, the Terrazon figure, and the VIP tickets for $3,000. And
a little piece of my hair in the helmet so you can clone your own age.
little pieces of hair. There you go.
AJ, if you shave your beard for this, you could also throw that in a little baggie for them. Just a little bag of AJ's beard hair.
Yeah. Anything for the Kickstarter.
So, and then I think the one that I didn't go through was Lucian's loot. So basically in the in the show, Kurt plays a character named Luke, and his in-game character is named Lucian Heartstring, and he plays a lute because he's kind of a bard type character. And so somebody already bought that, and we're gonna, as soon as we're done with the show, we'll ship it to you. So thank you so much.
Wow.
And those are all our rewards that we got, and now we can be done talking about that for a while because that took a really long time.
Great job, Nick. Great job.
Good job.
Thank you.
We thank you. We're all bowled over, right? This is incredible.
Yeah, it's insane.
Yes, let's take a look at that Kickstarter page one more time. Already over $100,000 raised. I think the campaign has been live for maybe an hour and 20 minutes. Thank you so much for all of the support and for your enthusiasm. It's always very humbling and inspiring, and thank you so much for your support on making the show possible. We're really excited to make it for you, and thank you so much. Awesome. Wow, and the music sounded good.
Look at that. It's a perfect cue.
That's perfect.
Great, awesome. Well, thank you all so much. So we've got, a little bit over an hour left on this stream. And so this, in the past, we've done streams on the first day where we'll do like unlock cast videos and things like that. But first off, we've already shown the entire cast in the Kickstarter video. So we have, but we will have videos that are going to explain, kind of have everybody talking about their characters a little bit, and it'll kind of reveal kind of what their in-game characters are and things like that. And we'll be releasing those throughout the campaign. Last year we had those videos and we set them as unlockables, and they all got unlocked in the first hour, and they weren't even all edited yet. So, so this time we're gonna be releasing those throughout the campaign. So we'll have more information about that coming up. But for the next hour, I figured we'd all just kind of hang out, see if we can answer some questions in the chat. So here's the thing that I would love to address right off the top. On the Kickstarter video, there were some comments about guidance being a D4, not a D8.
Yeah, I was going to ask about that.
Right.
Yeah,
So let's talk about it.
It's not D&D.
Here's the thing. I was showing Rusty the Kickstarter video, my wife, and I said, could you please watch this Kickstarter video and tell me if it's like good and cute? And she watched it. The first thing she said was, guidance is a D4, not a D8. And I was like, and she said, and that's going to be your number one comment. So I said, yeah, sure. In Dungeons and Dragons, it's a D4, but Tomb Quest is a completely different rule set.
Yeah.
So in Tomb Quest, it's a D8.
Super overpowered in Tomb Quest. It's the best spell there is in Tomb Quest.
Here's the thing. Anytime I was not, because there are so many spells that are just universal across all games. Like, how many games include a fireball, the magic missile, and there's just so many. And so sometimes it's not worth coming up with another name. Like, if a character's like, I'm going to shoot a fireball, is it really worth it to come up with a new name besides, I'm going to shoot a flame ball? You go, I guess you could, but fireball just sounds better. So with guidance, I was like, okay, want people to, I could change it to help, or I'll cast aid, but it felt like that didn't read. And so I was like, okay, we'll keep it guidance, but then we'll swap the dice to signify that it's a different rule set. Anytime I did not know a rule in D&D, I specifically would, if a rule in Tomb Quest that was similar to D&D, I would specifically go out of my way to make it different than D&D. Because I, wanted it to be different. In the world of Tomb Quest, Dungeons & Dragons does not exist. So it's the only role-playing game in the world.
Yeah, Tomb Quest is the world's most popular role-playing game.
Alternate reality.
It's genius too, because comments drive the algorithm, and you're getting an incredible amount of comments.
It was
directing
intentional
you,
rating.
so
Yeah.
it's a genius strategy as far as engagement.
There you go.
Eric, can I point out something interesting about the production? And it started this way, but it got even more so as we casted. The show, beyond being a major passion project, I think, for the whole creative team, this is a total family affair. You notice you got Nick Lang and Matt Lang, director and writer. They're brothers. They're brothers from birth. And then you got Clark Baxter and me. And do you know that Clark married my sister? And not to be crude,
It's true.
put a baby in her, and I'm going to have a niece coming out now because of Clark. So we're brothers. And we got a married couple, Kim and Kurt, playing the lovers in the show. And then an additional married couple, Lauren and Joey, playing the two best friends who have difficulties. And then we got AJ Holmes, famously creator of the show, 2/3 of a threesome with his wife. So he's got an opening for Corey to fit into at some point.
Yes, absolutely. It's
also too. Shout out to Becky. Becky worked on the very first project I ever made in LA together. Like that was kind of the origin for making stuff with friends for me. Becky was our assistant director and helped us with that. So Becky and I go back like 15 years. So
That's so
it
cool.
all it's a lot of people who've just kept working with each other, and I
Amazing.
think that's really special.
Yeah. And I want to also call out to a new member of the live stream, but a member of the team. Hello.
Allie!
Hi, Allie.
I didn't know when I popped into existence. It was a little scary.
So, for those of you that have watched the Kickstarter video, you know that Allie Gordon is going to be the assistant director of the show.
Woo!
I'm really, really excited to have Allie on the team. I'm so excited to have an assistant director. And Allie, you are an expert on Dungeons and Dragons and role-playing games and things like that.
Ooh, tough to claim that. I feel like if you claim that, then if you ever say anything wrong, people are like, "I got you." I was waiting for you to misstep and say one thing wrong about OD&D, and now I painted you into a corner.
Well, Allie, what is guidance at?
1d4, but we're not playing D&D. We're playing Tomb Quest.
We're playing Tomb Quest. Yes, Tomb Quest is a fake game, so the rules are whatever it says in the script. And correct me if I'm wrong, I don't even think the whole guidance thing is even in the script, right?
No, it isn't. And also, I mean, I'd be very interested to hear from the book writer's point of view. This feels like it's meant to feel a little more like OD&D or like first edition rather than like this new 5e edition, a little more like dungeon delving, tomb crawling. And we didn't have guidance checks back then.
There are actually not that many complex rules in the show Tomb Quest because I think the characters play the way that I like to play and the way that Matt likes to play, I think, which is to ignore a lot of the rules because they are very complicated. There's in the show, the characters talk about how they're doing a lot of math and they don't like it. And we don't put the audience or the characters through that as the show goes.
Can you imagine if like you added up all the amount of time that people were counting like 66 in this show and put it like real time into the script? The show would be 4.5 hours long.
Yes, and initiative and turn order. We don't do a lot of that.
Yeah. Yes, it's kind of more focusing on they just kind of jump in and they kind of also are it's been almost 20 years since they played the game, so they kind of don't even remember exactly how to do it.
Yeah.
Also, I just checked and we're like halfway funded. This is wild.
Yes, it's
wild.
Yes, we're doing pretty well. Not exactly halfway funded, but we are over. Let me just pull this up real quick. we are now currently at $106,159, and we've crossed 1,000 backers. So and it's crawling up all the time. So it's so super exciting, and we're well on our way right now. The initial goal is 275,000, and then we'll see where it goes from there. As always, the more we raise, the better the show can be. So we're going to be trying to push it as high as we can. We really appreciate it. We know that the world is kind of dark and scary right now, and we really appreciate everybody. If you can contribute and want to be a part of making this kind of little pocket of hope and friendship and goodness in a dark world, you can do that if you like. So we're very thankful and very excited.
I have a question.
It's over 1,000 backers.
Over 1,000 backers.
1,000 backers.
Yes.
Oh my god.
In a couple hours.
This was a comment I saw from, I think, Emma Martin. She asked if the show is set in Michigan, and I was curious because I don't think I know where the show is set. I don't know if it's.
The show is set in Michigan.
Okay.
I believe in the script. I think I left it in. It mentions how Gary is wearing a U of M sweatshirt.
Yeah, cool.
Oh yes, it's also set in Michigan.
Wow. But and the characters are like many of us, where they're all from Michigan, but most of them don't live in Michigan anymore. Most of them have flown in for this funeral. And there are some people that still live there, and that becomes a thing later in the show as they attempt to extend the game, and maybe they'll have to change the travel plans to stay longer.
Yeah.
Yes.
Nick, on the subject of funding, would you show this beautiful piece of art? And it's only 1/4 of the piece of art that Matt made. Of this,
absolutely.
Oh my God, it's so
100%.
beautiful.
Let me show what we've got going on. Okay, so Matt made, we always like to, look at that. First, that's the Terrazon figurine. It's so cool. And so Matt made this piece of art because we always are thinking about, how to make it exciting to pass tiers and see where we're going. So we've kind of done this in the past where you go, okay, we've unlocked this budget, and we've hit this milestone. And sometimes those milestones will come with certain perks for you guys. Like we'll post a video, or we'll do this, or we'll do that. So Matt has put together this amazing piece of art. Matt, how long did it take you to make this piece of art? The crawl of the down through the dungeon of TOMB Quest.
From the start all the way to the Terrazon, it took me a little over a month of waking up, drawing, going to sleep, waking up, drawing, going to sleep. It was horrible. I never want to do it again. But because usually we have artwork for this, but this time, we didn't, and I was like, what visually will represent the reward tiers? And I was talking to Eric, and Eric was like, make it going through a dungeon. In each floor, you can draw a fully rendered illustration for each.
Yeah, easy for me to say.
Yeah, and I was like, I'll do anything to not have to do that. But
man, tell them how many levels, because we're only seeing 5 levels. Tell them how many levels you did.
So basically,
you have to every 5 floors there's a boss character. So you go through these 5 floors and you fight the Ogre King, who's at the feasting hall, and then you fight it. And I don't want to spoil the rest of it, but every 5 floors there's like a big boss. Terrazon's the last big boss. So it took me forever to draw this.
There are 20 floors of this. There's 20 floors of art.
Yeah, and I thought it would be exciting once you pass the Ogre King, you get to see what the next 5 floors look. And yeah, it took me forever because I would say that I am a good enough drawer to draw something, a good enough artist to where, it looks like what it's supposed to look like. But I'm a bad enough artist that every single thing is a struggle. Keeping track of this perspective, the perspective makes absolutely no sense. Don't look at it, don't scrutinize it too much because it makes no sense, but it's the best I could do.
Dude, it's incredible.
It's an incredible piece of art. I've
When
been
you're
listening to
saying
Matt
you're
talk
a
about
good
he's a bad
enough
artist for
drawer,
20 years.
my
You're so good. And guys, I want to go all the way to the stretch goals, obviously, to make the best show possible. But just so you can see all 20 levels of this dungeon, I've seen it. It is amazing. Every single room is different. It's like a Where's Waldo. There's like characters and stories happening in every single one of these
little
levels.
mouse in
Yeah,
the sewer. Oh.
Yeah, there are little Easter eggs later on. Nemo's in one of the.
Yeah,
Nemo
I hit
and
Nemo in one
Valentine.
of the levels. Yeah, and I hit Valentine in one of the levels.
Yeah, that's great. So there are fun little Easter eggs, and you can take a look, because when you get to the initial budget of the show, $275,000, you're in the catacombs. So that's when we have reached the catacomb tier. At 280, we're down into the sewers, and it looks like you're fighting some kind of gelatinous blob type thing, inspired by a gelatinous cube, right, Matt?
Yeah, I figured a slime monster was like a good thing to fight next.
Yeah, and then we've got the armory at 290, the dungeon at 300,000, which is, it looks like there's some orcs in there. That's pretty cool. And then the feast hall at 310, and that's where the Ogre King is. And the Ogre King is mentioned in the show, right?
He's that's the last thing that the party did in high school. They beat the Ogre King at the feast hall, and then they left the game for 20 years. And they return and find the Ogre King's enormous skeleton on this throne when they go back into the game.
Awesome. There he is. Yes, it's a beautiful piece of art. So if you want to see more of the art, this is only 5 floors. Matt did 20 of them. It took him a month, and you can look at it as we unlock more levels of the tomb.
Yeah, it took a month, and you can just breeze through it in 2 seconds. The other thing that took me a month is painting all those miniatures and all of that scenery for the trailer.
It looks so good, though.
Screen for less than 10 seconds.
Oh, it looks so
it
good,
made a
though.
huge impact. Imagine if the minis looked bad and it was the first thing you saw of the Kickstarter video.
So,
Then we'd
yeah.
have $0.
Yeah, people
It's
would say,
true. Yeah.
This dungeon is those minis are painted
Yeah.
terribly. I'm not giving it
Those
this.
don't look like real chains. I'm taking back money.
Well, genuinely, Matt shipped all of those minis, and the whole sort of board is these, pieces that then Nick assembled. And I was just like, because you brought these boxes over, and you're like, oh, we're gonna assemble them. And then as you started unpacking them, I was like, oh my God, these look so cool. And so then we were like, we got to make these look so good on camera because they look so cool just holding them in your hands. So that is all you, Matt.
Yeah, Matt did a fantastic job, because Matt, you are actually an award-winning miniature painter, right?
Yeah. I did win silver in Armies on Parade last year. It's the
Globally. You were the global silver.
I was the global silver in Armies on Parade. What Armies on Parade is, it's a Warhammer competition. You guys all might not be nerdy enough to know what Warhammer is, but it's this game that you play where you paint little plastic figurines, and there's a war game that you play with it. And so I painted a whole army of these little miniatures, and I made this giant, out of foam and plaster, this big old castle, and I got silver, which was one of my proudest moments in life.
That's amazing.
It's like so cool.
Yep.
But I've seen the pictures, guys, and he deserved gold. And I'll put that on the internet.
I want to see who got gold because I mean,
Yeah.
we need to.
You know, the gold person was good, but I prefer Matt's. I prefer Matt's as well. Yeah,
that is one of the amazing things I think about StarKid and your talent, Matt and Nick. You guys are so incredibly multi-talented, and theater is this art form where writing and music and acting and directing and physical handmade art can really come to life. And I think that's one of the more unique and beautiful things about StarKid is seeing the handmade art that you guys have both been making, since I've known 30 years, and seeing it you do such amazing stuff and you bring things to life in this visual way that is unique to you and is extremely exciting and fun. And I just love seeing all that you do.
I feel like with a lot of theater, the physical tactile aspect is kind of an afterthought. It's more about the tableau and the show and the music. And I feel like it's a recurring theme in StarKid stuff of how the texture of the world and like the physical things is so prominent. I love that you pointed that out, because when Jamie and I made Space Baby, Jamie brought that up of like, what is StarKid? And she was like, it's something that you can see that was made by hand. Like you have to see that it was made by hand. It wasn't printed, it wasn't like mass produced. It was something like, yes, things can get replicated, for merch or whatever, but the original concept was something that somebody drew or crafted or sculpted. And yeah, I think that comes through in all the stuff.
Yeah, we're trying to make it look like a factory made it. We just aren't that good.
Yeah, we're just not good enough.
That's what you always say. No, you guys are that good. It's that cool. And I can't wait to see what else visually occurs in this show.
Yeah, I'm super excited. Though, Allie and I are gonna meet up on the day after tomorrow to kind of talk about some directing stuff. But correct me if I'm wrong, the minis aren't even in the show.
No, they're not in the show. They're just gonna. You're just gonna ship them back and add them to my personal collection.
Yep. I've got them all boxed up, so I'll have to ship them back to you. But I figured we'd hang on to it just in case we do use some kind of mini thing. Allie, we'll talk about that. Maybe we can display those minis somewhere.
Yeah.
Like
intermission.
Yeah. Maybe we could in the lobby or something put out the mini in like a glass case.
Oh,
that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah, that's really fun.
We were talking about like photo ops and stuff, so that could be a photo op.
That's weird.
Yeah, maybe. Because if you look at the
everybody said interminiation.
That's great.
Yeah,
there
that
we
was
go.
in the chat. I wish I could take credit for that.
I think that the theater that we're doing the show at is called the Colony Theater. And one of the things that I love the most about this theater, as opposed to some of the other theaters, is that it is attached to a parking structure. So it's awesome. Usually when we do these shows, it's in the middle of Los Angeles and there's no place to park anywhere around it. So everyone that comes to the show, good luck. But this time you can park for free in the lot that is right next to the theater. And there's also a mall attached to it. So people will be able to go into that mall and hang out there and all of that. But the lobby is really great. I love it. It's intimate. So yeah, we'll try and find some little photo opportunities, and maybe we will use those minis.
Yeah. Also, I just want to shout out, I think the bathroom situation at the Colony Theater is fantastic.
Incredible.
Just, if you're a person who has to
uses
pee
bathrooms.
every 40 minutes, a person who uses bathrooms.
What's nice about it?
Great. Many more stalls. As far as I can tell, they were on 2 different levels. Like, not to denigrate another theater that we've worked at where there's only maybe 3 stalls upstairs and 1 downstairs. Not going to name names. This was great.
Yeah, the public facilities in the Colony Theater are fantastic. So if if
It's
nothing
kind of the
else,
vibe of the Apollo inside the theater, but way more spacious in terms of lobby and dressing rooms. Are like there's like dressing rooms everywhere. It's incredible.
Oh yeah.
So
And-
it's just
and
incredibly
that's
in
the-
green room.
and that's the Apollo Theater that you guys did VHS Christmas carols at, right?
Yeah. Very similar
Correct.
layout to that
Yeah.
theater in terms of the being on stage, but like 3 to 4 times the lobby and bathroom and dressing room space, which is pretty sick.
Come for the show, stay for the bathroom.
Exactly. Yeah, or come for the bathroom and stay for the show.
For the show.
You know?
Come for the world-renowned access to AMC's 8,
Burbank
6,
16,
and
yeah.
16. You can go to they're the 3 best ranked AMC theaters in the world, and
Yeah,
you can see a movie at all of them,
Yeah,
and
it-
our show.
Yeah, it's right in the middle of downtown Burbank. It's the best. You're gonna love it. So I'm very excited about that. A thing that I did want to address is the scheduling thing. So so if you have watched the Kickstarter video, if you've read the campaign page, you will see that our dates for our performances we're running, during the weeks, during the weekends, and we're running from July 30th to August 23rd. And if you are familiar with the work of Kurt Mega, with the work of Lauren Lopez, Joey Richter, you will know that Kurt, Joey, and Lauren are all in another show that runs during that last weekend, which is Poe Party. It's Edgar Allan Poe's Murder Mystery Dinner Party, the musical.
The musical.
Done by Shipwreck Comedy.
We love Shipwrecked.
We love Shipwreck Comedy. I love Poe Party. And they ran their campaign earlier this year, and they had that show, and we didn't know that show was happening on that weekend when we booked our theater. And then, so we kind of ran into this weekend where we have that last weekend where we have a conflict, but we're going to have understudies, lots of understudies this performance, and we will be announcing later on in the process who those understudies are going to be. We've already got some great ones. And so this time around, we're kind of doing a guaranteed understudy performances, which we haven't really done in the past with Star Kid. But this time, it's just the understudies work so hard to learn the show. It's great to give them an opportunity to get up there and perform. So on that last weekend, we're going to be doing some understudy. The understudies are going to step into some of those roles. And but we're scheduling it so that the main cast can finish out the run on the last day. So it's going to be awesome.
How cool! You can come to Burbank because their show is at the Gary Marshall Theater, which is across from Bob Big Boy in Burbank. So you can come to Burbank and just see all the theater that you can ever dream of.
That weekend is the Barbenheimer of theater.
Yes.
of indie produced musical theater comedy in Los Angeles.
Like Kurt is like on the city council of Burbank and is sort of like selling tourism. He's like,
Burbank.
have you ever wanted to go to a Ross Dress for Less and then
Wait, can
see a big statue of Batman? Well, I got a place for you.
I will tell you, the first time I ever visited LA, thinking about moving there, the first place my friend took me was downtown Burbank. So it is genuinely a formative, like when I think about LA, that feels like home to me. So the fact that we're doing it there,
I had a similar experience where I also was staying with a friend in downtown Burbank. It also was the trip that made me realize I need glasses for long distance viewing, because we were walking around Burbank and we'd had a really nice day and we'd had a lot of really good food sort of incidentally. If just to sell the good food. And there's a big mural on a wall near the mall that says, "Welcome to Burbank, the media capital of the world." and I misread it as the meal capital of the world. And I was like, honestly, we've had such good food today. Like, I really do understand why this is the meal capital of the world. Like, well, it isn't. And then I got glasses. But you could enjoy, I hope everybody takes tons of pictures in front of the meal capital of the world sign in downtown Burbank.
And listen, you're going to be down the street. You're literally down the street from Warner Brothers, from Universal, from Disney Animation. Burbank is underrated. Everybody thinks Santa Monica or West Hollywood. It's all about Burbank. Okay.
Absolutely. I'm seeing a question in here from Proximity Rocky, who says, how much are general ticket sales going to cost? We will announce that at a later date, because we still have to kind of set that stuff with the theater, but it will be comparable to what we have done in the past, if I'm correct. It'll be comparable. We'll let you know.
Yeah.
But if you want to get tickets right now, you can actually get VIP tickets through the Kickstarter, and you can get that reward. And you can guarantee 2 tickets for yourself.
There's another question that's been repeated here, which is, if it's 5 people playing the game, why is the cast 6 people? What's going on with the 6th character? And the way that it works in the show is, there is the deceased friend of theirs does not make an appearance as themselves. They are deceased. But they, as we go into the reality of the game of TOMB Quest, they encounter the character of their fallen friend. And it's not just a thing that, was come up for with this show. There's actually a really vibrant community called the Adventures of Galdor on Reddit, where people that are in D&D groups or role-playing groups in general, and have a real life member of their group die, they will make a post about that person's player character for other DMs to include in their role-playing games as an NPC. And it's this really beautiful tradition in the role-playing game community of giving life to fallen players around the world. And it's something that we do in this show.
Yes. So the show's about many things, and one of those things is, in a little bit, they are playing this game in honor of their fallen friend, their fallen comrade, and it is a way to say goodbye to him. They kind of all grew apart again, and this character, the game obviously meant a lot to him, because, when he was dying, he said, I want my friends to get back together and finish this thing that we never could. So in the game, the rest of the characters do encounter his in-game character, and there's kind of like a, dealing with his real-world loss, and a person that they never really got to say goodbye to, because they kind of all went off to go and live their lives, and these people meant something really significant to each other in the past. So I think that's a really beautiful aspect of the show as well, that they, in some way, it's a little bit about kind of closing that chapter. And
I feel like that character too is very much the heart of the show, and is sort of the glue that brings everyone together. And I think that's just like a really cool way to engage with something that you go, oh, that could be really sad, and it is, but there's a lot of joy in it. And I think that's a really cool thing you guys have done with the script. It's like you say it and people go, oh, it sounds really depressing, and you go, there is grief, but there's a lot of fun and a lot of joy to be had, and that character is the heart, and I think that's really cool.
What I like about that aspect of the show so much is the theater art part of what we're doing with this show is, in reality, people are sitting around a table talking. But then we get to go and see them put costumes on and act out a sword fight. And we know that there's a basis in the room for that. They're talking about being in a sword fight, and then you get to see them act it out. With this character that is deceased, they're not in the room. They're, Gary, AJ's character, is voicing that person. But for this aspect of the show, another actor comes in and makes a fuller realization of this imaginary moment on stage for us. And I think it's going to be a really cool theatrical experience.
It's going to be real cool. But AJ, you're going to be you're playing Gary, who's kind of the dungeon master, game master character. So you're going to be like jumping around wearing a bunch of different hats. How are you feeling about that?
I'm very excited for that. That's what drew me to the role initially. I think was getting to do that monologue that I put on tape of jumping from Terrazon, the big bad, back and forth to Gary narrating, the rapid fire switches from this voice to that, getting to inhabit the characters and pull them off at the drop of a hat is just really satisfying and fun to perform as an actor, and also just as a challenge. I'm like, it's a lot of text and a lot of different characters, and to make them all distinct and unique and recognizable, just with a couple words or a grunt or two, is going to be not the easiest thing I've ever done. So I'm looking forward to getting in there and trying to find the personalities amongst all these characters. And,
yeah, you'd be the first DM to ever not reuse a character voice. if you really did successfully pull that off.
Yeah, hold me to it, and then just rip me to shreds, because hey, they all sound like one growly guy. That's probably right. That could easily happen.
I think you might be the first DM that sings in a production. I've seen there's Critical Role. We all got tickets to their arena show in Chicago. Matt unfortunately couldn't come, but Ian Clark and Brian Holden went. And they did a bit of a musical production in their arena show, but the DM didn't sing. And I'm really looking forward to seeing you do that.
I'm looking forward to singing.
I think Gary is an interesting character because, he's the first character on stage. He's the most enthusiastic about getting them in the game. In a lot of ways, he's like the lead of the first act. You're seeing things a lot through Gary's eyes. Then he's also the main villain of the show because he's also Terrazon. So you stop kind of seeing things through his eyes as he's kind of becomes more the villain and the obstacle throughout Act 2. So he's a very interesting part and a really difficult part.
Yeah.
So I have faith that AJ will nail it.
Yeah, we knew it had to be AJ.
This has been like an AJ part for years. And the first version of this that Clark and I worked on, the character's name was just AJ. And then, when Dan and I started working on it, we were like, we know maybe 2 people that could do this, maybe. But it's AJ is the guy that we're gunning for the most. And we were like, is AJ even going to audition? We're soliciting you. When you auditioned, we were so happy. And then when we watched your audition, we were like, the show's going to be a hit. This is going to be awesome. Because it was so good. You crushed it so hard. We're so grateful to have you.
Guys, I didn't know any of that. And let me tell you, I do love compliments. So thank you.
Release the audition. Release it.
For $4,000, you can see AJ Holmes' audition tape.
I'm very excited about that. Real quick, a question from here. I don't remember exactly who said it, but are there going to be any Jumanji references in the show?
I don't know if we can say yes or no to that. Okay, no.
We can't say right. Yes or no.
Not intentionally.
Yeah.
Sometimes people will pick up on something and go, oh yeah, that's clearly a reference to this. And it'll be something I've never heard of. So, maybe they're...
there's different Jumanjis, right? There's the Jumanjis of board game Jumanji, and there's the Jumanjis of video game Jumanji, which I haven't seen.
Yes, the new Jumanjis.
Yes.
I haven't seen those either. The ones with Dwayne Johnson and Kevin Hart and Jack Black and everybody.
I haven't seen them.
I haven't seen.
I saw the first Jumanji once.
I saw a question from the comments. Question was about digital tickets. Will there be any digital tickets for people who can't make it to California?
Yes, always. We always do a digital ticket. I'm not sure exactly when we'll be. Look at that kitty. What's that cat's name?
This is Max.
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 What a good guy.
He's a very good boy.
Sweet.
Yeah, we always do digital tickets. So if you can't come see the show live, we're going to do a digital ticket will be available. The digital ticket is different than the pro shot that comes out later. The digital ticket is essentially a locked off one view of the whole stage through the entire performance. So it's like you're sitting in the theater watching the whole stage. That's why we call it the digital ticket. It's a little bit more raw of a file, even though we do kind of do some sound editing to make sure that you can hear everything. But that will come out closer to the actual run of the show. And then the goal is to get release the pro shot by the end of the year. We've been doing certain things where schedules have just led to, we'll do a live show one year, and then the pro shot will come out the next year. So we're going to be trying to, that's the goal. So that's what we're trying to do. And so we'll let you know. We may also, I saw a question about the understudy performance. Will there be a digital ticket version of the understudy performance? We'll see. We'll let you know. There are certain things that we won't be able to control, because why you have understudies is if somebody is unable to perform for whatever reason, sometimes the understudy will go in for one person or two people or things like that. So we won't be able to exactly know when that's going to happen. But for that last weekend, we may be filming certain things. It would not be 2 pro shots. The pro shot is going to be of the primary cast. And we will be announcing who those understudies are later on in the process. So we will we'll let you know as that goes. So Kurt and Kim, you two are playing kind of the lovers in the show. Are you excited for that whole process?
Yeah, I was gonna say we haven't gotten to do this since before we were married. Like, we've been in shows together, but we've never. And I know with Duke and Miss Holloway, there's a connection. That's not a musical. I mean, it is a musical, but it's more cinematic. So this is the first time on stage.
We also haven't, gotten together, so it's very different. Like there's no, coupleness yet.
Well, I am excited, because it was surprisingly we haven't gotten to play opposite each other in that way. But I think their relationship is kind of complicated in a surprising way.
It is. When we fell in love, we were playing opposite each other.
Yeah.
Really?
How'd you two meet? Tell us
that. We met in
love.
Carousel.
Carousel?
We did.
Carousel.
Yeah, we met in a show called Carousel.
Kim was Julie Jordan, and I was just like boy
He's a
number
first
2.
boy.
I was like orphan number 3 or something.
Well, of course.
I love it.
I was like, oh, he's cute, but I never date people I'm in a show with. So I was like, no, not even thinking about that. I actually introduced him to another friend who was actively interested in him. And I think they went on like a coffee hangout, and then we're like, no. And then later, like a year later, or was it?
Yeah, a year later. No, it was about a year and a half later. Yeah.
Kurt and I got cast opposite each other in The Light in the Piazza, which is the sweetest story. And then we just slowly kind of fell in love with each other in the process.
It was a showmance gone wrong, because showmances are supposed to end, and 50, it's still going. We're still doing it. So, but surprisingly, we've done a lot of theater together, but we've never, since that show, which was literally 15 years ago, we have not been. We haven't had the chance to play characters on stage that have a connection. But I really, like I said, I really love. It's not just a simple romance with the two of them. There's a complicated aspect, and
they've had a lot of life in that 20 years that has, made them who they currently are. So there's a lot.
Luke has a daughter from previous relationship, and there's a lot of baggage that comes into it, and I love that there's a connection that's not just a, oh, I like you, you like me. Maybe that's how it was when they were 14.
Oh,
but
the comments are talking about Mark and Karen Chastity.
I don't think they were really romantically like. I mean, maybe they were. They probably have some kinks we don't know about, but I don't think that. I would not count that in the same boat as sort of the more honest and authentic connection that you guys wrote with these characters.
Yeah.
Relating to this, to you guys playing lovers and being married, before the casting happened, I saw there was a line item in the budget that I saw for an intimacy coordinator. And I was like, oh, that's for the Luke and Melanie characters. Nick, do we still need to hire an intimacy coordinator for these two?
So basically, an intimacy coordinator on one of these productions. I love having an intimacy coordinator because it's about having somebody who's there to help guide these moments of intimacy in the show and establish a communication that everyone uses in the room, and how we do that. My plan was still to have an intimacy coordinator. I
had a really interesting experience on a TV show last year where there was this scene where myself and the person who's playing my husband in the scene, we had to have a big kiss at the end, and we were like, let's do it. We're like, let's go. But the intimacy coordinator was so helpful because she helped us frame it so it looked good on camera, which didn't necessarily translate to the way that you would like. There was something about the framing and the camera needed to come around and do this whole shot. And she was really helpful in giving us parameters for like, does it look good? And so that was a real, I've worked with intimacy coordinators before and they were great, but that was like a real eye-opening moment of like, oh, it is not just for the actors, it's also to help tell the story and frame it in a way that like looks good. Anyway, so that was a really interesting experience that I had last year. That kind of
understudies are not
we have understudies, we have all of that, and it's kind of like a choreographer in a way of like, here's a language that we use and how we're doing that, and it's great. I love having an intimacy coordinator, and so that's still the plan. And then what was I going to say? Yes, also, to be clear, Kurt and Kim did not get cast because they are married. They got cast because they're awesome, and we looked at both of these auditions and said, "Wow, this is fantastic." So I'm super excited about that. Okay, real quick, a question. Oh, Clark's not here, but they're saying, will VHS Christmas Carol happen this year as well? As of right now, there are no plans to do another production of VHS Christmas Carol this year. We didn't do one last year, right?
What year is it?
We did not.
Not last year.
Yes, so... Okay, what are plans for the future streams, for the rest of the streams for this month? So like we mentioned earlier, we will be streaming basically every Saturday this month, leading to the finale on May 30th. So Matt, do you want to talk a little bit about what the plan is for the future streams?
Okay, so next week is going to be focused entirely on... So next week will be the 9th. And so that one's going to be focused really, we're going to go dig into the weeds of TOMB Quest. We're also going to be having, we've done these things in the past called unlockables, where we set a goal of like, we want to reach this amount of money and then we'll give you this, you unlock this. And so what we're going to be offering on that stream is all of the demos, all of the song demos, so that you can hear little previews of what the songs sound like. So, we've got, how many demos did we prep to show off for preview, Eric? Like 7 songs?
I think there's 9 songs.
Oh, 9. Okay. So we're like, maybe like 45 seconds of each song, and you can kind of get a little preview of what the songs are going to sound like.
And that's not all the songs in the show, but those are the ones that we can share without spoiling too much.
Yeah.
Right. Yes. So, and that'll be a 3-hour stream. So we can go into a lot of detail on that. And then the next week, which is May 16th, we're going to be doing a preview of future Star Kid shows. So we've got a couple projects that we'll talk about. We'll probably have, each project will be a little bit of an unlockable. So you hit a certain amount of money and we'll go, okay, here's this project. It may be the next musical. You hit a new amount of money and we'll tell you about another project. So we've got quite a few things ready to talk about on that. And then the next week is May 23rd. And this is the week where honestly everybody was booked. So it's so this is the one where all I could get was me, Nick, Eric, and Clark. So I was like, okay, let's focus it up on a writer's stream, a Star Kid writer's stream, in which we will go probably the most into depth we've ever gone on what the writing process of one of these shows looks like. If you've got any questions about that process, or you would like any, practical advice about about theater or making independent theater, we could give you all the advice and guidance that we possibly can. That will be on May 23rd. And then May 30th is the finale live stream. And
There you go. Yeah, that's awesome. I did see some people were asking if there was going to be another Star Kid Rolls the Dice live stream, which is in the past few Kickstarters, we've had like D&D live streams where different cast members will play D&D. But here's the thing going on this year is that we are running The Guy Who Didn't Like Musicals in London. John Madison is heavily involved in that. He's playing Paul over in London right now. And John is very involved in organizing those streams. So John was not available. So as of right now, we do not have a Dungeons and Dragons stream planned for this campaign.
Also, George Primavera, who's been our DM for those, he is having a baby very, very soon. So
yeah,
like in the next week or two or something like that. So he's gonna be a little MIA.
Though it would make perfect sense to have another Star Kid Rolls the Dice for this campaign in particular, there were so many conflicts that I said I refuse to try to pull this together. No, let's just we'll do the writer's stream instead.
Yeah. Though, Allie, we were talking about doing a D&D game on one of the rehearsals, right?
Oh, it would be so fun. It would be really fun. And then we'd have to learn all these rules and then throw them out and say, so anyway, all that stuff, that's not in this show. Forget that.
Everything you just learned, irrelevant.
Throw it all away. That's going to be nothing like that.
It's like a fun team building exercise with everybody. I think that'd be cool.
Yeah.
And you know a DM, right?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we were all so fortunate. We know a lot of really lovely DMs. I have a friend who is like a professional DM, and I think she is one of the best. So I'd love to throw her in the mix. I'm afraid of saying a name because then I'm afraid that if I say it, people are going to be like, here's $100. We're going to be like, oh my God, she wasn't even available. But yeah. I think it'd be really fun to have a session with her. She'd be the best.
Yeah, maybe we'll bring Kurt. Maybe you can bring in a camera at that point, and that'll be part of the BTS thing that we'll make.
That's easy to do.
Yeah, there you go.
Doggy. Well,
oh, look at the dog. Clark, who's that?
This is Dolly.
Wow.
Hello,
Dolly.
Well, hello.
She says hi.
I love her. Aww.
She's sleepy.
She's
cozy.
That's wonderful. I'm so sorry. I was gonna say something.
No,
that's okay. I love doing those things where we bring in a DM to do like a small like mini game. Eric, for your bachelor party, remember we brought in a DM, and that's what we all did on your bachelor party.
That was the first time I got to play D&D as an adult. After I learned what the game was, and I went, "Oh, that's the thing I played as a kid and loved so much." You guys all chipped in and paid for a DM to come to my bachelor party. I had the most fun I'd ever had in my life. Many people in the show were there. Clark was there. Clark fell asleep during the game. I remember that.
It was a long day.
Joey Richter in the interviews, I edited the interviews everyone did, and Joey couldn't remember his character, but I remember his character. He was a flying little unicorn that farted. That was his character.
It was a lot of fun. Yeah, on Eric's bachelor party day, we played games somewhere, and then we all went and saw the Warcraft movie. Warcraft. And then we all played Dungeons and Dragons together.
And this guy that was the DM you guys hired. I am a DM, by the way. No one asked me, but I don't live in LA. But the way that he played the role-playing game is how I play now, where I really don't use rules from the book. He had like a couple rules in his mind, and we did roll dice, but he played a very loose game that was more about the players figuring out what they wanted to do and him appropriately challenging us with dice rolls. But it wasn't a super mechanical rules-based game, and that's how I played ever since. So I love that guy. I don't know who that guy is, but I think he's a podcaster actually.
I don't remember his name, but he was great. If you're watching, I don't remember your name.
When we did VHS Christmas Carols Chicago the first year, I got into an intense conversation with Janaea and your wife, Eric, about Baldur's Gate 3, the Dungeons and Dragons based video game. And we were in a group chat for like a year and a half being like, oh my God, I just did this in the game, or it's like, I just killed this character. So I had played D&D like once or twice, and I kind of had a grasp on it, but doing the one shots with George and then actually playing Baldur's Gate really gave me a sense of, because I'd be like, how did you guys get through this part? And Janae would be like, oh, I blew up the whole place with a flame ball. And I'd be like, what? I picked the guard's pocket and I
flame ball.
And I went through, and then somebody else would be like, oh no, so it gave me a sense of how imaginative and how much your personality shapes it. So it's like a fun bit of lore going back a few years ago.
And thanks to that, that's how I started playing Baldur's Gate.
Yeah.
A fan. So I got
Baldur's Gate's a video game that uses the rule set of D&D. And when I played that, same time as you, that's when I started to actually like the rules, and I understood more. Like, oh, this is a good game mechanically, because there's two ways to play D&D, or role-playing games at tabletop. You can play with figures, where the rules matter a lot more because the distance your characters are from each other matters. And then there's theater of the mind. And I always played theater of the mind, but that Baldur's Gate game. And Kurt, tell us about your character in Baldur's Gate. You famously had a funny character.
Oh yeah. I rocked the first go round. I played the Dark Urge, where I love to be, if I can be evil in a game, it's always my default. I don't know why. Maybe because I feel a freedom in gaming that I don't feel in real life. I feel like I need to be ethical in real life. And so in games, I'm like, let's go. And so I was sort of this demon. I kind of killed whenever I could. There's a fundamental character that appears in Baldur's Gate named Gale. And I never met him. I killed him the minute he showed up. And so I was talking to Jade, being like, what about Gale? And I was like, who's Gale? And they were like, what do you mean who's Gale? And I was like, that guy from the beginning, I killed that guy so fast. So also in Baldur's Gate 3, you can take your character's clothes off and run around naked. And that's just a really fun way to play the game. So
and you would see this big naked dragon man.
Evil and naked.
Evil and naked and anatomically correct as a dragon.
Wow.
This answers a question for me, Kurt, because I've actually been wondering. So you didn't play. You killed Gale. Gale is one of the main characters of the game. And Gale is a very influential character on this show and your character specifically. because Gale in Baldur's Gate, he has a cursed heart. That is a huge part of the game, where he's got a curse on his heart, and one of the ways to beat the game is to sacrifice Gale and have him explode his heart and kill the big bad monster.
Yeah.
And it's something that I had played around with when I played the game. And then as Matt and I were devising the show and devising your character, Luke,
We did something. We did something similar. We gave him.
He's got a cursed heart that threatens to explode. But I was always like, why didn't Kurt ever mention this to me? That he saw the bullet, but he killed.
I've subsequently gone back, and Kim and I are in a campaign right now that we play every so often, and I have now he's in the party, and I'm like, oh, this is a cool character.
I think now if Kurt forgets any lines in the show, you can assume that if Kurt kills one of AJ's characters, it's because he's forgotten a line and is reverting to his base instinct.
Exactly, just my base instinct.
Dark urge.
Here, guys, really quick. I'm gonna duck out for 1 second to let another. Well, let me see if I can add him in right now. Here we go.
We're all here.
Hey.
We're all here. We've all been here for 2 hours.
Joey's been packing. He's just been packing
I've been
off screen.
packing my ass off.
All right.
Joey, what time's your flight? It's tonight, right?
Clock.
What time?
What's that?
8 o'clock.
8 o'clock.
Sorry.
So, for those of you that don't know, here's Joey. Joey, will you tell us who you are and what you're doing in Tomb Quest?
I am playing Kevin, aka, should I not say that yet?
Don't say that.
Yeah, don't say it.
Right?
Yeah.
Don't say it. Don't say it.
Oh,
You don't know.
well,
You don't
I-
need to know that. And I'm in the show, and I'm really excited, and I love all these people, and I'm excited to do the show.
We're very excited to have you. Thank you so much for dropping in. For those of you that don't know, Joey is also currently in a. Yeah, you can hear the music from.
Great stuff.
Right now.
And I could sing the lyrics, but I won't, because I know them all.
Joey is currently getting ready to go over to London to do Guy Who Didn't Like Musicals in London. But you took
West
some-
End debut. Incredible.
West End debut. Joey, thank you so much for being here. So you're
Thank you to everyone for making it a damn good, successful day so far. I'm going to the other page.
Oh
Is that
yeah,
pretty good?
yeah.
It's
Right
pretty
now
good.
we have
It's pretty great.
We have $115,618 pledged
Damn.
so far, with 1,162 backers. So
Goddamn.
Wow.
The campaign has been live for around 2 hours. So
And similarly, last year, I've been saying this on social media, not to put pressure on anyone. Hi, Nemo. Hi.
Nemo.
Oh, little Nemo's tiny.
We just had to drop off Diane with my parents.
Oh.
And all day long I've just been like, don't you miss Diane? And she
Yeah.
hates when we're packing. She hates when we're packing for trips because she's like, what the fuck is going on? I'm not going on this trip. I don't pack. So I love it. But as I've said, similar to what happened last year, it's like by the time we land in London, let's get this thing funded. Everybody. That's for all of you out there. It was a pretty crazy time last year, and we're gonna do it again this year. I know it.
there you go. So that's gonna be the goal. Get the show funded.
That's the goal.
Funded before he lands.
Because what time do you land in London?
3 p.m. London time, which is what?
It's 7 a.m. here.
7 a.m. by
7
7 a.m. tomorrow, everybody. You got a big night ahead of you.
Okay, 7 a.m. tomorrow. Let's get the show completely funded.
We don't have the Australians woken up yet. I don't even know if the Australians have woken up yet. And if they have woken up, hey everyone, welcome. Good night, as they say. Get on there. It's great to see everyone. How has the stream been? What you guys been up to?
It's great.
Oh yeah, we've been hanging out. We've been talking, chatting, saying what everybody's doing in the campaign. We talked about the Kickstarter rewards. We talked about what the stream schedule is going to be for over the next month, and we've been having a good time.
Love it.
Answering some questions.
I think I just heard the demo for what is maybe my favorite song in the whole show.
Which one is it?
Are we allowed to say?
Just say the letters of the title, like the first letter of each word. Of the title.
EOTQ. EOTQ.
Oh yeah, that was my favorite until my favorite got written. So that's now my second favorite.
What's your favorite? And you give the letters now.
Oh,
if you even know the title.
AWM.
AOWM is my favorite too. Well, I also like
AWM.
I like these. I like using acronyms.
This is the way we're going to talk about the show from now on. First letter.
Oh, that's a really good.
Isn't that one good?
I mean, those are ones too that I like. I put on, it gives me.
When I first heard Clark's first take, an early partial demo of AWM, it had been a song that we've been talking about for 2-3 weeks. It was probably the last one that got written, right? Am I right about that, Clark?
Almost the last, second to last, I think.
And you're all going to hear it. If we unlock it, it's going to get unlocked in a future stream. But so when I first heard it, I was with Joey Richter. We were in bunk beds.
That's when you first
getting it up in bunk beds for Brian Holden's 40th birthday. So we roomed together and we both.
Wait, I didn't hear it.
I didn't show it to you. I listened to it, and I listened to it, and I immediately said, "This show's going to be a fucking hit. This show's going to suck." Oh my god! I'm so good.
And I was going, "Shut up,
Eric.
Eric.
Show would be successful.
Quiet, we're trying to sleep."
And Joey was over there. I was like, Joey doesn't know I've got a hit show in my hands.
Those are comfy bunk beds.
Those are good bunk beds. Joey and I stayed up 2 nights in a row. We talked from 10:30 until 3:00 a.m. 2 nights in a row. And then we drove home from Michigan to Chicago together, and we talked the entire 6-hour car ride.
Came up with a funny idea for a movie.
We came up with a whole movie. It was great. that we're not going to pursue.
Because I was on a real
kick.
kick. I was on a kick on the drive home, trying to win lotto tickets.
Oh yeah.
Wait, lotto tickets for like scratch off lotto
Every
tickets?
stop we stopped at on the way home from northern Michigan back to Chicago.
Joey was running it up, $1, $2 from $1. And we're like, next time we get gas, we got to go buy 2 $1, not even a $5.
And then I was like, what if
we got to get some $5s.
$5 one?
and so he was driving with me and another friend that I won't name because I'm about to say that both me and this other friend both have gambling problems. So we both intentionally try not to gamble because we're both compulsive gamblers. And so we were like, we're not going to buy the tickets. But we were like, Joey, buy more tickets.
At the end of the day, I think I only lost. I was only down $20.
He was barely down. It was
I
such a
turned
hot
that $20
streak.
into $60 at one
He was
point.
rolling it up. And then Joey and I were like, okay, what if Joey wins $1 million? And then I have to sit here. I'm driving Joey's ass home to Chicago. He's talking to Lauren. Maybe our life's going to change. I want $1 million. And it just killed Joey.
I was.
We were talking about, we made a whole movie about a gambling addicted friend where his friend wins a lottery ticket on the way home. And
The other guy's driving.
the guy's like, I think the best part of the movie was the cell reception was down, and so you couldn't call your wife and tell her. And I was like, oh, we're in a rural area. We'll get there soon. And Joey's like, I got this ticket, and I'm supposed to sign the back. Do you have a pen? And I was like, oh, sorry, I don't have a pen in the car. And we had this long conversation. And then time goes by, and then I mess with the visor, and a pen falls out. It's clear that I knew there was a pen there. I'm to sign it. And then we kill each other.
That'd be a good movie. That's great.
It's a great movie.
Don't steal that idea. If you're out there, don't steal that idea. Okay.
Right.
We're not going to do anything, but you can't have it.
Yeah.
We're not doing anything.
Just so everybody knows, this stream was scheduled to end in 1 minute. So I think it flies by. The time flies by when you're having fun. So I think we're gonna start to wrap things up. So thank you.
I'll go
everyone.
get my cat really fast.
Yeah. So a few little things. I've seen some questions in the comments. Really quick. This Tomb Quest is a completely original show. This is not a Hatchetfield show. This is much more sweet and endearing in terms of tone. This is not a horror story. This is a story about friends playing a game together in a basement and reconnecting after many years. So we've got that. And then also I've seen some questions, just a little kind of housekeeping thing of asking the price of what the digital release of Guy Who Didn't Like Musicals, the 2025 remount, is going to be. We haven't 100% set that price yet, but it'll be basically the exact same as what we always set our digital releases at. So look, everyone's got animals all around. Look at all of these sweet animals.
Like, put me down. You woke me up.
Real quick, what is,
There's
we got?
sitting on a shelf.
We got Dolly, we got Max, we got Crumb, we got Nemo, we got, is that Linus?
This is Linus.
Linus, and then Allie, what's your cat's name?
Wesley.
Wesley and Max look related. They look like they're looking at each other.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wesley really has like a goatee. It's so cool.
That's why his name is Wesley. He's got sort of like a
course.
Princess Bride
Duh.
goatee.
Duh.
He also is now mad, and that's fine, Wesley.
So sweet. Wow. Look at all these good little animals. And then just to kind of go through some little things before we go, let's just take a look at what's going on here. Here, 1 second. Can everyone still hear me?
Yes.
Yes, but you're audio only.
Okay, awesome. Great. So here's what we've got going on. As of right now, we're about 3 hours into the campaign.
My God.
Yeah, $116,000 with 1,181 backers so far. This is such an incredible start to this campaign. Thank you all so much for helping make this possible. We'll continue to be campaigning throughout the month. Just to run through these rewards again, you can get for $5, you can get your name in the credits of the YouTube version of the show. And then for $20, you get access to the behind the scenes featurette that we're going to make that is going to be detailing the process of making Toon Quest. For $50, you get the name in the credits, and you get the featurette, and you get the demo album that has all of the demos, for including songs that don't end up in the final show. You can get all of that for $50. Then for $75, you get everything we mentioned before, plus early access to ticket sales when and we'll have more announcements about when that will happen as the campaign progresses. For $100, you can get all of that, plus the show poster with art by Nicole Rodriguez. It's an awesome show poster. We have some amazing artists working on the art for the merch for this show, including Nicole. And you can get that poster at the $100 tier. At the $150 tier, you get everything mentioned before, plus you get a sticker set with art by Nicole Rodriguez. Again, these are beautiful stickers. You're going to love them. And then beyond that, we have the sweatshirt for $200. So you get everything mentioned before, plus the sweatshirt with art by Jennifer Lang. It's an awesome shirt with some of the characters from the show, including Terrazon, the show villain. For $300, you get everything mentioned before, plus Terrazon figure that we're having made with the company U2's. It's going to be a really cool little figurine that you can get, and you can only get it through backing the Kickstarter. Then we start to get into our kind of limited tiers. So at $600 is the VIP ticket package. This includes 2 tickets to the show. You'll come see the show, and then on a night of your choosing, we'll be in communication with you about how to schedule all that. And then you'll get everything else that we've mentioned before. Then after that, we've got, and these are kind of the one-of-a-kind or limited tiers that are left for $2,000. You can get all of those things, plus a photo shoot with the cast. You'll be taking pictures with the cast on stage, and you'll also get the VIP tickets and everything else that we mentioned. There are 4 more of those packages left. Oh, no, there's only one of those left. There's 1 more left. 4 people have gotten. There's 1 more left. And then the only one-of-a-kind reward that is left is Terrazon's helmet. This is going to be the helmet that we create for the Terrazon character for the show, and you can get it for $3,000. We're going to take it off of AJ's head. We're going to rip out some of the hair along with the helmet. We're going to stick it in a box and mail it right to you if you go.
Have its DNA. Okay.
Yeah, but only if you have started to develop cloning technology. If you haven't, start thinking about that now.
You could do a 23andMe on AJ. Figure out all the types of genetic things AJ's got going on.
A fan has to write to AJ to be like, I think you might have Crohn's disease. Like, sorry to break it to you.
I know. It saves AJ's life.
I know we don't know each other, but you should go see a cardiologist.
You gotta see a doctor, man. Stop eating dairy.
Stop quoting me.
You can save AJ's life for $3,000.
Save AJ's life. You know he's not going to submit.
I need those organs.
So that's and this was the Kickoff live stream. Thank you all so much for tuning in. We'll be back next Saturday to do some more live streaming, and thank you all so much for making this such a successful
Can I just
start.
Can I just shout out a couple people who were not
Absolutely.
here that was a part of the team? So we have amazing Matt Dahan, who's going to be our musical director. We're so excited. And our stage manager, Juliet Park. They're all gearing up to go to London, so they can't be here. And then Brian Holden is also going to be producing. So just want to give them all shout outs.
Corey and Lauren.
Oh, yeah, Corey and Lauren. We've been talking about Corey and Lauren.
Yes,
a
we've been
whole
talking
lot.
about them. I went to go watch the run through of Guy Who Didn't Like Musicals last night. It's going to be great in London, so it's so much fun.
Yeah.
And Lauren said, you can say whatever you want about me on these streams. She was bummed that she couldn't be here, but we're very excited to be doing the show with everybody. And we'll have even more team members to announce, and we will be updating the Kickstarter page with all of that information as the campaign progresses, and we'll talk about all of that and more on next week's stream. So thank you all so much, and Becky, thanks for doing that shout out to all of those people.
Travel safe, my London people.
Yes, travel safe, London people. Thank you all so much for being here, and have a great weekend. And thank you so much. And share the campaign, spread the word, and we're so excited to delve into the tomb with all of you.
Congrats, team.
Yes.
This is gonna be a great
Thank
show.
you, everyone.
Good show.
Bye, everybody.
Bye. Bye.